Okay, 1 second. Okay. Hope everybody can hear me well. Okay. Welcome to my show, Simple Way to Vibrant Health. My name is Stavros Mastrogiannis. I'm a weight loss coach that specializes in sustainable weight loss. Basically, I help people who struggle with their weight and health how to lose weight and improve their health, but without having to give up all the favorite foods or spend all the free time in the gym. In all my years in the weight loss business, the one thing I've learned is that losing weight and getting in shape, it's a lot easier than most fitness professionals make it. And this is why I actually have this show, is to show people really how simple it is. Anyway, today's show is about the 7 biggest myths of the weight loss industry. I strongly believe these myths uh, actually hold people back from achieving the weight loss goals. So let's get started. The first one, my favorite one, is spot reduction. Unfortunately, there's no such thing as spot reduction. In other words, let's say you want to lose weight off your abs. You see a lot of fitness professionals that would have people do a whole bunch of midsection exercises, crunches. You can crunch till the cows come home. You are not going to lose a ounce of fat around your waist. That's a fact. Okay, so the question get asked a lot: if spot reduction it's not possible, then how do advertisers get away with all those commercials you see on TV all the time about these midsection or core exercises, and they guarantee you're going to lose 1 or 2 inches off your waist in the first couple of weeks? Well, it's actually very easy. If you have somebody that's never done any form of midsection exercise, the organs on their abs, they push the muscle out because the muscle is relaxed. As soon as you do any form of weight training, the first thing will happen is your abs will pull into a straight line. Okay, right there, you lost a couple of inches. You didn't lose any fat. The fat around your waist is still there. But the way that they do the commercial, they make you believe that it's actually you lost fat due to those exercises. Another interesting study that I read about proves beyond a doubt that there's no such thing as spot reduction. It was done on tennis players. If you look at tennis players in the old days, by the way, where they used one arm a lot more than the other, the dominant hand, it's a lot bigger on tennis players, professional tennis players, than the non-dominant hand, because obviously they use it more. And the reason it's bigger is because it has more muscle. Now, if spot reduction was possible, the arm that gets used more should have less fat on it. Well, when they measured with the calipers the thickness of the skin on the arm that they use more, it had the exact same amount of fat than the other arm. Another study, if that doesn't convince you, another study that was done on crunches. They had a group of people. They measured, by the way, all the fat around their waist. They had them do 5,000 sit-ups, obviously not in one day. They did, I think it was over a 28-day period, and they measured their fat before and after. Absolutely no difference in the fat. Okay. As a matter of fact, actually, spot reduction makes no sense. Okay. And the reason it makes no sense, imagine for a second if spot reduction was possible. We all have a dominant and non-dominant side. Our dominant side does a lot more work than the non-dominant side. So if you're right-handed, your right hand, you're going to have the right side is going to be thinner than the left side. It makes no sense. Spot reduction makes no sense. So anyways, that's a complete myth. Let me see now. The second one, see, the second big myth is the, right here, feeling the burn. Okay. That's another thing I hear from fitness professionals that it surprises me actually that fitness professionals still use that line about feel the burn, feel the burn. Feeling the burn has nothing to do with results. Okay. Feeling the burn has nothing to do with burning fat. Okay. Feeling the burn, all it is what this research has shown is as you're working out and as lactic acid builds up, it irritates the nerve endings. That's it. That's what the burn sensation means. The problem that I have with people trying to feel the burn is that if you have this idea that you need to feel the burn in order to get results, and you're always looking to feel the burn, that actually leads to burnout. And that's the thing. You start pushing yourself too hard, and sooner or later, you end up burning out. So to me, I never tell my clients about feeling anything. Okay, just make sure whatever you're doing feels challenging. Does it feel challenging? Yes, it's a good workout. Okay, you don't need to feel the burn in order to get results or to burn any fat. Okay, so the third myth is doing high reps with low weight will give you definition, and low reps with heavy weight will bulk you up. That's a complete myth. Okay, neither one will bulk you up or give you definition. Actually, let me see 1 second. Neither one will do anything. Okay, because definition, where does definition comes from? Definition comes from building muscle. And by the way, high reps or low reps, either one will help you tone your muscle. And you have to work on your diet in order to reduce your body fat in order to see the tone, to see definition. Because definition basically is reducing your body fat so you can see the outline of your muscles. Okay. Now, uh, high reps will actually build muscle endurance, and low reps with heavy weight will build more strength. That's the difference between those two. It have nothing to do with the way your muscles look. Okay, so that's another big myth that I still hear till today uh, in the gyms mentioned a lot. Now, my other favorite one is the 3 sets. Okay, a lot of personal trainers tell people you must do at least 3 sets per exercise to get maximum results. This is this this is proven wrong so many times. Even when I got my certification as a personal trainer back was in 92, 93. Even back then, they knew that uh, 3 sets, it's not necessary to do 3 sets per exercise, and yet personal trainers still insist on pushing this idea of 3 sets. Well, let me tell you what the research is showing. They've done, I've read quite a few studies on this. They've done comparison between doing 1 set, 3 sets, and 5 sets. And what they found, strength wise, no difference at all, actually. Both groups got achieved the same amount of strength, whether they did 1 set, 3 sets, or 5 sets. The difference came in muscle gain. So if you're looking to bulk up, yes, you doing more sets will get you uh, better results as far as size goes. But most of the clients I work with, they're trying to tone up and they're trying to increase your strength. They're not trying to bulk up. And by the way, even if you're looking to bulk up, the difference between 1 set and 3 sets, from the studies I've read, is around 10%. So basically, you have twice as long of a workout to get 10% more benefit as far as muscle gain goes. So the question you got to ask yourself is, do you have the extra time? And if time is of the essence, then I would say to you, do 1 set. You're better off doing 1 set and stay consistent with your workouts than trying to do 2 and 3 sets and be very inconsistent, because consistency at the end of the day is what gets you the results. And there was another study I read about the sets, about the comparison 1 set to 3 sets. And again, the same difference. Okay. So if you're looking to get stronger and tone up, I would do a single set. If you're looking to bulk up, I would actually do 2 sets, but I would do like a superset. But 3 sets, I consider a complete waste of time for the average person. Now, if you're an athlete or you're trying to compete in the next Olympics, that's a whole different conversation. Okay, now let's see. The next one, big myth, is you can lose weight by just taking a pill. If that was correct, first of all, the pill would be in the 6 o'clock news. Okay. And second of all, we will be the thinnest nation in the world. Okay. The fact is, no pill will ever help you lose weight and keep it off. Okay. And if it does, it always comes with side effects. Because the bottom line is this: you didn't gain weight, okay, because you were lacking what the pill provides. You gain weight because of some unhealthy behaviors you developed over time. The only way you're going to lose weight and keep it off is by eliminating those behaviors that cause you to gain the weight. There is no other way. Okay. And unfortunately, there's a lot of unethical fitness professionals out there that are pushing this pill idea. And I see that all the time. And it's sad to see that. And I think there's one more myth left. Actually, two more myths. The sixth myth is if you skip a meal, your body will go into starvation mode. That's another one that's completely false. And as a matter of fact, when I first got into the business, weight loss business, I used to actually teach this one myself. I always tell my clients, oh, if you skip a meal, if you go too long without eating, your body's gonna, the metabolic rate is gonna shut down, and you're gonna go into starvation mode. Okay. You know what the studies have shown? Actually, let me actually quote the exact study because I want to make sure that people see this. I didn't come up with this stuff. Okay. This study, it was published, let me see, in June of 2000 in the American Society for Clinical Nutrition. And this study showed that over 72 hours or more it took before the rest metabolic rate began to slow down. Okay, we talk about almost 3 days without food before the body, the rest metabolic rate began to slow down. So skipping a meal, you're definitely not going, your metabolic rate is not going to slow down just because you missed a meal or two meals. Okay. And for those of you who know me, I only eat most of the time only once a day. I have more energy today than I ever did before when I used to eat 4 and 5 times a day. Okay. So again, I'm not saying that you have to eat only once a day, by the way. I try to tell my clients to eat only when hungry and to try not to eat more than twice a day most of the time. Again, perfectionism is not a good thing. And the last habit, or the last myth, I should say, that is this one is one of, actually, I would say the biggest myth, that breakfast is the most important meal of the day. For those of you who are subscribing to my channel, I've done quite a few videos on this subject. And well, there's fortunately or unfortunately, breakfast, it's not the most important meal of the day. As a matter of fact, I will go as far as saying eating breakfast is probably one of the worst things you can do for your weight and health. And I'm not going to get into too much into all the studies that proves the point, but let me just mention a few things. Number one, look at healthy regions around the world. None of them eat breakfast. Okay, once in a while they might have a biscuit with their coffee, but it's not something that's eaten regularly. So, and again, if you look at where did this idea of eating breakfast as being the most important meal of the day came from? Marketers. Okay, companies that benefit from people eating and eating more often hired public relations companies to promote the idea that breakfast is the most important meal of the day. Okay. Second, if you guys are familiar with the hormone cortisol, which is called the stress hormone, in the morning, naturally the cortisol goes up. Okay, it starts going up around 5:30 a.m. It reaches its peak at 8 a.m. in the morning, and then starts going down again 11 o'clock. Now, a lot of people say, well, are you stressed in the morning? No, cortisol actually by itself, it's beneficial. It actually helps the body release fat into the bloodstream in order to be used as energy. Okay. Now, here's the problem though. If insulin is also elevated during the same time as cortisol, then cortisol becomes a fat storing hormone, just like insulin. Okay. And it has a whole bunch of other negative effects. So if you eat in the morning and the cortisol is naturally high, what happens? Your body stores more energy. And as a matter of fact, cortisol it affects digestion in a negative way. So in the morning, it makes sense that cortisol goes up because the body releases the energy it had stored in order to have energy to make it through the day. And that's why I don't eat breakfast. I have more energy now than I ever did before when I used to eat breakfast. Because don't forget, food is not fuel. Okay. Food is more like crude oil. Okay, so crude oil, if you put it in your engine, the car's not going to work. Crude oil has to be processed and make the gas out of it, and then you put gas in your car and you get the energy. Well, food is the same thing. Food has to be broken down before it gives you any energy. Well, the breaking down takes a lot of energy. That's where digestion comes in. And so when you eat in the morning, that food you just ate, unless it's something extremely simple like a fruit, it doesn't give you energy. Actually, it takes energy away. And that's why a lot of times after eating, you don't have that much energy. So for me, since I stopped eating breakfast quite a few years ago, I have more energy than I ever did before. Anyway, so that's the show for today. I hope you found it helpful. If you have any questions, comments, please leave them in the comment section. And if you are new to my channel, please subscribe. And I will see you next Wednesday. Have a wonderful day. Yeah, that's great.